I thought last year's team did a great job of responding to, a tough loss on the road last year in the first week of Big Ten play, and I think this team will do the same. There's a lot of different areas that we could have continued to get better. From up front to me personally, getting through my reads and, wide receivers, making sure we're crisp on our routes. It can always be better. It's easy to say when things go well, when you win a game, and, that you may overlook little things like that. And I think that's one of the positives that can come from a loss is you really look at yourself critically, not just you, but everyone on the offense. And, you find little things here and there where we can just be a little bit better, and things like that can make a big difference.
Obviously, everyone asked about that fumble, but were there some other plays that you saw on tape that maybe would have been important to had the execution been better?
Yeah, you go through and 6-7 plays really stick out of like, if we'd have just done this, if we could have just done this, a small thing here and there, we'd have gotten this big play, we'd converted this third down. So, that's just the nature of the game. That's the thing with college football where, it's not like you look at the NFL, you play 16 games. If you're 11-5, you got a great chance to make the playoffs, and that's all you're really trying to do. For us, it's you got to win your side of the conference to go to our playoffs, which is, one championship game. So every game is so important, and especially every conference game. Going into this game with Nebraska, who's also always a very competitive team in our side of the conference, we both, I think, understand the importance of this game and the importance of the situation.
Not knowing if Alex or Austin can play this week, this is purely speculation, but can you go to Nebraska and play and win without having two of your top receivers?
It makes it tougher, but, injuries have kind of been part of this year, so it's every team has to deal with them. Every team has to deal with injuries. It hurts when you lose, two of your top targets, for the throwing game. But I think guys are just going to continue to, step into a bigger role if they need to, and keep moving forward that way.
Did you wait till Sunday to look at the tape, or did you look at it on Saturday at all?
I looked it over a little bit on Saturday, but whether I wished I would have or not, remains. I don't know. I did just because you're thinking about it and then you try to go to bed and you're thinking about it, and so that's just that's how it is when things are important to you. It's on your mind a lot, and when things don't go your way, it's disappointing. So. I did look it over, but not real critically until Sunday with Coach.
When it comes to the fans or the media, do you consider yourself a person that has like rabbit ears? Do you tune it all out, whether it's positive or negative things that you're hearing, on a week-to-week basis?
I don't hear a ton. I don't really. I spend all my time here really. So between here and engineering hall in my house, I don't hear a ton. I don't really, seek out a ton of stuff like that. I don't have a Twitter and Instagram.
Right.
I don't even have a smartphone. So, I do a pretty good job of just steering clear of all that.
When it comes to friends and family, are they good about keeping that buffer for you, whether it's positive or negative, doesn't matter, but kind of keeping that stuff away from you, letting you focus on what you need to focus on?
Yeah. They, people are going to say what they're going to say. They're going to think what they're going to think. That doesn't affect what we do as a team. The way we think about ourselves as a team. I understand fans get frustrated with things, and they, one thing that, I've heard is the highs are never as high and the lows are never as low. Where you lose a game, it's the end of the world. Well, it's not. It's disappointing, but you got another game the next week, and that's the kind of the attitude that we want to have. Is just you're always moving on to the next week.